So we're now on the campsite and we're ready to use the van. We're outside and we've got our power cable in, like I've shown you. We've got a full tank of fresh water, like I've shown you, and we've got our gas bottle on, switched on, ready to use. We then come inside the vehicle and we need to deal with the main control panel. It looks a busy screen, however it's not. All the buttons on the top is to switch something on, or the buttons on the bottom is only for information. So we're going to go on the top and start switching things on. We're going to go top left and we're going to put our master switch on. It lights up, does its own inboard check, and it's showing you now it's hooked up on the electric, so the electric is working, doing what it needs to do. Next we want to put on our 12 volts. This wakes up the internal lights if we've left them on. If they're off, then they won't come on. But we've left them on, so they're going to come on automatically. Next of all, we want to put our pump on, ready to get the water flowing. So the pump is now active. As soon as we go to any tap and put it on, it will start working. And again, you can leave that on at all times during the holiday. Last but not least, on the top, like I showed you outside, is your awning light, the outside light. That is to switch it on. So on the top, we've got 3 blue lights and 1 green light. That's everything switched on that we need to do so far. Like I said, on the bottom, it's just for information. And again, as I press each one, please look on the left-hand side and you'll see it illuminate. First one will show us the state of our vehicle battery, fully charged and illuminated on the left-hand side. Second one will show us the state of our leisure battery, again, fully charged, illuminated on the left-hand side. Third one, very useful of a night time. Have we got enough fresh water to see us through the night, or do we need to go out and fill out? As you can see, I filled it up and it's illuminated on the left-hand side there. The fourth one is just the brightness and dimness of that control panel. Might be too bright of a night time, so you can turn it down or turn it up to whatever you want to use as a preference in the vehicle. Now I've pressed all 4 of those buttons, and hopefully you've noticed now the bottom left one hasn't illuminated. This is your dirty water, i.e. your sink water and shower water. Again, that will only illuminate red when it's 3/4 and above full, telling us it's almost full. Let's think about emptying it. That's that control panel. Before we go into our Truma now and start putting our hot water and central heating on, what we need to do is prime our taps. So we've got our master switch on, we've got our pump on. Like I said, we go to any tap and put it on. We put a hot water tap on. To begin with, it wouldn't do this. It would spit, sputter, get water everywhere, drawing all the air out of the system and filling up our hot water container with cold water. Because imagine if we don't do this and we put our hot water on, imagine a kettle, an element in the bottom of the kettle. We're going to heat that kettle up with no water inside it. We're going to burn the elements out. So we need to prime it. So we've done that. Now we can go on to switching our hot water and central heating on. Press the big button to wake it up. It will start flashing. The first one flashing there, a picture of a motorhome with a thermometer inside it. This is our central heating. Press the big button to go into the internal settings. At the minute, we've got our central heating off. We can have it a minimum of 5 degrees, or we can go all the way up to 30 degrees inside the vehicle. Absolutely fantastic. We want it at 19 degrees, for example. Turn it to 19 degrees, press the button. That's now set at 19 degrees, nothing you need to do to it. That underneath it is your regulator. It will regulate your central heating all holiday at 19 degrees. Nothing you need to do to it. Turn the dial slightly to the thermometer flashing. This is our hot water. Again, press it to go into it. We can have our hot water off. Eco, which is 40 degrees. Hot, which is 60 degrees. Or booster to hot when you first get to the campsite for hot water quickly. Or if you're having a shower, do it quickly. We'll leave it on hot. That's now set at hot. Turn the dial again. What looks like gas bottle and lightning strikes. This is what type of power you want to use in the vehicle. Press it to go into it. You can have your hot water and central heating just working on gas. In the middle of the field, happy days, hot water, central heating. On a campsite using electric, we can use mix 1, which is 1 kilowatt of electric and a bit of gas if need be. I'll talk about it a little bit more in 2 seconds. Mix 2, up to 3 kilowatts of electric and a bit of gas if need be. Electric 1, 1 kilowatt of electric. Electric 2, up to 3 kilowatts of electric. Now, if you're on a campsite using electric, a lot of people say electric 1 or 2 is the best to use. A bit of advice for all the customers out there, if you're on a campsite using electric, the best one to use is either mix 1 or mix 2. Why? It gets your central heating and hot water where it needs to be quicker, faster, happy days. After that, it will only use electric. However, while you're on the campsite, you're not going to stay on the campsite all holiday. You're going to go out and enjoy yourself. While you're out and enjoy yourself, if that campsite has a power cut and you're just on electric, you've lost all your central heating and hot water. Because you're on the dual, if one or the other goes, it will jump over onto the other and keep it where it needs to be. Once that electric comes back on, it will stop using the gas, back to electric. So the best practice is always using the dual. Last one on there, looks like a fan. Please don't confuse it with aircon. It's not aircon, it's blown heating. So whatever temperature you've got your central heating on, that's what it's blowing around the motorhome. You can have it on eco, nice and gently, blowing it nice and easily, or you can have it on high, doing it nice and fast around the vehicle so it warms up quicker. We'll leave it on eco. All the buttons on the bottom, I'm not going to talk about lots. It's in the user manual, but it's where you can go in and set timers that it comes on, set timers that it comes off. If you set it up the way I've shown you, you've got your basic hot water and central heat. All I'll do now is go back to the door and go in a clockwise direction, showing you all the cupboards work, showing you the gas working, and talk about other things within the motorhome.